And what if I told you that perimenopause isn't just like a, messy biological transition where your body is in a complete disarray and it feels like life is against you, everybody is against you, your husband is annoying you, your kids are annoying, but actually a kind of a test that the universe sends us. We're all being tested. We're all being tested, not only women. So don't think that only women are the curse here, but women mostly receive it through perimenopause because perimenopause involves this massive physical change. And normally, if a universe wants us to pay attention to something, it first sends us little cues, little energetic cues. If we miss these cues, and it says, okay, you didn't hear me when I spoke to you softly, now I will speak to you louder. And then it sends it in the form of physical discomfort. And because we're such, the majority of us live in this physical reality, right? When it hits us physically, it's difficult to ignore it. But you might ask, well, what is this test? Why are we being tested in the first place, right? And I want to give you a different perspective on this. Now, you may not be interested in the spiritual aspect of our being here, but just know that we're here not to stay the same. We're not. So the idea is that this universe allows us to transform, grow, heal some things. So the only constant here is growth. So all the conditions in this universe are not designed to cushion us throughout our life. It's designed for us to pause, reflect, take cues from the universe, transform. And, when we're younger, we're being given some time to mature, get some lessons, take responsibilities, build life, but eventually we will have to be, life will push us a little bit to get out of our comfort zone. We're not designed to be in our comfort zone forever. But my cues came in the form of spinal issues, joint pains, insomnias, and some other issues. And I was just as confused as you are because it felt like it came very suddenly. But I decided to take the matters into my own hands because I didn't receive any help from the outside, and I studied alternative medicines like Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. I also studied astrology and numerology. I did some spiritual readings, and all of that gave me a background, a holistic view on not only specifically on physical aspect, but holistically how we function in this universe. What are we supposed to do here? What are the physical discomforts? Where are they given to us? What is perimenopause specifically? And I've managed to heal my issues and gain so much more than I've ever had before. So in retrospect, this period, though it was very difficult and confusing, allowed me to learn and transition into something that I'm being called for now, which is to help you on your journey through confusion, through physical discomforts, and offer you a guiding hand so that you feel more supported than I was, and give you strength, hope, and your vitality back. So in this video, I want to help you make sense of this phase. I want you to see beyond, the little dot, the little physical discomforts that we're all consumed with. Because physical is never physical alone. Like I said, it starts on an energetic level, and it's tied to our holistic journey throughout this life. And everybody have a different journey. We all have different bodies. We have different predispositions, different DNA, lifestyle, background. We are similar, but also quite different. And that's why this period is so confusing, because we're all confronted with different symptoms, and the mainstream medical system cannot make sense of that as well, and cannot really give us a guiding hand here. Midlife is the time when we already acquired some things. Normally, we have families, we have some kind of career. As women, I feel that we've been deprioritizing ourselves a lot. We've been giving a lot of ourselves to our families, our children, and put their needs ahead of ours. And when we're entering this phase of perimenopause, the universe is saying, "Hey, here's a hot flash for you. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep pushing? Are you going to get angry? Are you going to get frustrated? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing? Or are you going to pause and listen? And also, are you going to put your needs the last step, or are you going to actually put yourself first?" And like I mentioned, every woman is different. And a host of symptoms that we have is not random. These are the specific messages that are right for us. And like I said, because we have different bodies, because we have different backgrounds and different wounds, you can say, and we meant to learn different lessons. The symptoms that are sent to you are the exact ones that you need to learn something from it. The chaos that you think you are in is not actually chaos. It's a communication. And in order to, pass this stage smoother and make sense of it, you need to decode this communication. If you don't know what it means and how to deal with that, it's going to be very difficult to feel good in this period. It's going to be very confusing, and that's where lots of us found ourselves, right? Confusing, nobody can help. Now that you know that it's not, it's not random. Everything that's happened to you is not random. It has a divine communication through you. That's a communication that's right for you. How do you make sense of all of it? Well, you can start with 3 simple things. The first one is awareness. So maybe this video found you not by chance, right? You stumbled upon it not by chance. So perhaps you've been wondering a lot, what's going on with your life. Why is this happening? So here's the thing. Awareness is the first step. Pay attention to patterns. When does your brain fog, for example, show up? When are you hit with hot flashes? What's happening? What was before? Were you feeling okay? Now you're not okay. How do you respond to that? Take a stance of an observer rather than being consumed by the physical discomforts and talking incessantly and complaining to maybe your friends or your family about how terrible you feel. Put yourself, or at least try to put yourself, in the position of an observer. And yes, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to come immediately, but try to do that and start seeing some patterns, some cues around it. The second thing is alignment. Now, alignment, what I mean by alignment, once you receive some cues, start being receptive to the information coming your way about it. So start being not only receptive to information that's coming to you, but also caring for yourself in simple things. Maybe it's saying no to things that drain you. Maybe it's adding some cooling foods that you feel that would make you feel better in a moment. Maybe it's adjusting your movements to support your joints. Instead of following what you've been following all the time, instead of basically doing the things you've been doing all the time, take a step back and think, what does this cue mean? Maybe, and listen a little bit internally what your intuition tells you. And How to listen to your intuition, I can do a whole separate video on this. The intuition is not speaking loudly. It's whispering. And if you're busy, going about your day, doing hundreds of, juggling hundreds of things at the same time, it's going to be very difficult for you to hear your intuition. Well, when you prioritize your stillness, your calmness, you prioritize your alone time a little bit, basically go inwards. Instead of going outwards, you go inwards, your introspection. And start seeing things that come to you, not from a perspective, oh, it's just a random information, but from a perspective, oh, maybe this message, was supposed to come to me now and supposed to tell me something. And I should have started with this one because it's acceptance. So I'm sure you've heard of the saying, what you resist persist. And it's very fitting to say that about perimenopause, because when it hits, we just want to resist it. We just want to fight it. We want to hate it. We not only want to hate it, we actually do hate it. We hate it. We want to resist it. We don't understand it. We're upset with everybody that nobody understands us. Nobody gives us a hand. Nobody helps us to get out of this hole, dark hole. So acceptance of this phase is the first step. And by acceptance, I mean not to sit and say, oh, well, I'm feeling terrible and I accept that I'm feeling terrible. I'm just going to drown in my sorrow. No, that's not what I mean. Acceptance means you know that this is not going to be an easy period, but if you take the right steps, you're going to come out of it a much better person than you were going into it, if that makes sense. So know that at the end, there is a huge transformation, and you will be closer to who you really are after you go through that with honor, with openness. When you look at it as an initiation process, your reaction to that softens, pressure softens. It's not something that you need to fight against. It's not, you shouldn't be digging to this one herb or one supplement that would do the trick. It's you have to look at it holistically a little bit. And yes, there are things we can do to soothe the physical discomfort, and this is something I do in my one-on-one program. But what you should know about it is that you should also start asking different questions. Not, oh, when is this phase going to be over? How do I survive this phase? But rather, how do I listen to that, understand that, learn from it, and let it transform me? Does it make sense? Let me know down below in the comments if it makes sense for you. And, what are you going through right now? I'd love to hear. And, if you want guided support, somebody to take you through it by the hand, take the guesswork away, put everything on its shelf. I offer one-on-one program, like I mentioned. I will leave the links down below in the description. We will dive into your unique situation, your unique symptoms, so that the symptoms become clear. You will decode them easily. You will know what to do. You will know that you are on the right path, because not only I look at it holistically, your specific situation, your background, your mindset, but I also look at your chart, your astrological chart, not in terms of everyday events, whether you should do it or should not. This is not something I'm going to go into, but we're going to decode your energetic blueprint, the blueprint you are born with, because this gives us a map to your soul. And with this map, we can do a lot. And it's very interesting. This is something I do for my clients in my one-on-one program, and it will just give you keys and understanding that I wish, which was given to us after we born. I almost feel like this is something that should be taught at schools. There you are. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, My friend, remember that this is not a punishment. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.